Welcome to Tombstone. My name is Mason and I'm an artist. Today we'll be talking about the self-portrait. Self-portraits. There's been a lot of amazing artists throughout history have done self-portraits, as hopefully you can see here. Maybe one day I'll get there. But why do they do it? I'm not quite sure. I'll give you some reasons why I do it. I also want to show you the process of making a self-portrait because it's fun. It's exciting to see yourself develop. It's exciting to see your skills develop. And then I'll talk to you a little bit about this older self-portrait, the contrasting elements of who I used to be to who I am now, because it just makes life so interesting. Anyway. Just saying, I have real troubles with proportion. That's why I don't just jump into it and start painting. Like, proportions are hard. It's kind of my roadmap to where I'm trying to get to. It's not precise, but I'll figure it out. I woke up a little too late, but I have trouble sleeping, and I know that it's gonna take a while. See, and I'm just learning this like as we're doing it, so this is my practice. Don't take this super seriously. I'm trying to rely on what they tell you, 'cause it's not easy. I know you always try. Okay, my first thoughts are just keeping it pretty relaxed, pretty loose, not really trying to make it super detailed or anything like that. I left the edges unpainted, kind of like that messy look. It kind of looked like a demon when I first started painting it, and I thought it was gonna be a disaster. But I'm not really trying to make it perfect right now. I'm gonna let this dry overnight and then I'll be back again tomorrow. So day 2, second stage, self-portrait. I don't really want to talk too much about it right now. I just want to dive right in. It's really hard for me to get my gears going, to get started, but I'm here now, so let's do it. I was having a lot of fun sculpting this out. Compared to day 1, I was kind of nervous, and I just went and put the time in and just kept going, and I think that's why I lost track of time. And then the next thing you know, it just started to take form and just really, I guess, get a little bit more resemblance in there. There are a lot of little details that I've left out, such as bringing the eyes to life, doing like details in the eyebrows, and a lot of like the creases, and like doing all the highlights in the lips, and light going through the blinds and hitting the shirt, hitting my face, and I guess a little bit of like the hair, but it's all like the hair is all implied, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more there, and I don't know, kind of just see where it takes me. I thought this was a good place to stop since it's pretty early in the morning. I thought I'd give you a quick update. We're gonna wait until it dries. Thanks for sticking around. I'm excited to see the next steps, so let's go. Okay, so just really quick, I thought this would be cool to have, like, not exactly me teaching you, showing you what I've learned from this, and here are some of the benefits of doing a self-portrait. So one is progression, saying you're gonna start something and then finishing it. That is tough to do, honestly. And I have a lot of troubles saying I'm gonna do something and then not doing it. It's kind of like your bark is bigger than your bite. But once you do it, you feel better about it, boosts your self-esteem, and it helps you keep creating. You get momentum, and then you go on forever. But then also you see a progression of, you know, where you were back then to where you are now. It's cool. It's a reality check in a sense. You get to see how much your skill has progressed, how much your observation has progressed. Also, a cool benefit is self-reflection. You have this time to reflect on yourself and show your interpretation of yourself, not somebody else's interpretation of you. Like somebody can take a picture of you and maybe you have like a weird face at that time and you don't feel like that represents you as much. But the thing is, like, you can take a picture of yourself, and even this picture, honestly, there's some things that I didn't like that I left out of it because it's like, that's not how I wanted to show myself. But you get to pick that. Also, you get to show your expression. Finally, artistic block. I think a lot of people go through this or have this challenge in front of them where they think they're not good enough or they can't do something because somebody else has done it and it's already better than what they're gonna be. Whatever limiting belief that you have in your head. The thing is, you just have to start. You work to be inspired instead of trying to be inspired to work. Just take a quick picture of yourself and start. That's all you have to do, is start. And honestly, that's kind of what this whole video is about, is just starting. So now I gotta finish. Here we go.
It's not easy. I know you always try your best. Take it from me. It's okay to be a mess. 'Cause it's not easy. I know you always try your best. But take it from me. It's okay to be a
Okay, so I obviously didn't start here. I'll actually show you the oldest self-portrait that I have right here. And I have a long journey ahead of me because I'm still trying to hold myself to a very high standard and push myself even past this. So I painted this portrait of myself last year during 2020. I needed to know that I could still make art and do painting and try to do better than I did last time. And it was the first time that I started painting again. I had stopped for a long time. And this was the previous self-portrait before this portrait, of course. It was a time where my life was kind of spiraling out of control in my head. It was a mess, but there was a silver lining, which I met some great friends. And that song that was playing in the background is one that we all contributed together and wrote. It was the start of something good because that was the same exact time where I was painting this and not feeling good about myself, and those guys helped me get out of my own way. And one thing that I wanted to say and like contribute with that benefits is sometimes as artists or as people, you know the work that you have to put into something and you know what you're capable of. So sometimes it's really hard, really challenging to push yourself to that standard, to keep it up and to get it all the way done. And sometimes when you're projecting yourself into that future of this being done, you're like, wow, that's so much work. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm mentally, emotionally, or even physically capable of doing this right now. The whole reason of this video is to start where you are with what you have to the best of your abilities, because then after you do that, you'll gain that self-esteem. You'll gain that self-confidence because you'll know that you did it. And you'll just feel so great, and that's what I wanted to show in this video. So the contrasting elements between 1 and number 2. First, obviously, color. Red is a very symbolic color, you know, romance, it could be blood, it could be foreshadowing death or transformation, it could be boldness, some sort of war or inner war is kind of what I was thinking. Not at the time, but we'll get to that in a second. And then green, of course, symbolizing growth or possibly rebirth, or taking action or moving. Green means go, red means stop, and also why I have, a red light and a green light. Contrasting colors, they're opposite on the color wheel spectrum. Number 2, second one, the eyes. Obviously, I'm not showing my eyes. They're hidden. They're blending into the void of the background, and coincidentally, this is the time where I was avoiding life. Also distorting the present is kind of how I thought about it. But I didn't notice this until now. And then in this second one, it's the first time that I've ever painted my eyes. I had one eye with my eyebrow lifted up, kind of like curious with the light going in, and I've never seen that color in my eye before. So that was like, whoa, this is awesome. Then the other side is a little bit more stern, a little bit more taking everything in. Finally, small details of the paintings that are contrasting, such as in this one, my hair is down, in this one, my hair is up. It's a little bit bigger scale, which was a part of the assignment, and then this one's a little bit smaller scale. And then one of the biggest details that is also an accomplishment for me is in this one, I have a cigarette in my mouth, and then in this one, I do not. One small detail for Mason and one giant leap for my life expectancy. Now it's been like 4 years almost that I haven't smoked cigarettes. So I didn't notice a lot of these elements until wrapping up the editing for this video, and I wanted to kind of explain them to you. So why did I choose this to express myself or to expose myself? And my thoughts were, it was one of those gut instincts that was like, just felt right. I knew that I wanted to paint myself like I was about to get shot in a firing line in this one with an apple on top of my head. A throwback to the first painting assignment and then the last one, with also showing that I didn't feel good about myself. And that I could also do it in one night. And it was just like, it's a shot in the dark kind of thing. Even though that's not what I called this painting. This is where I think everything was kind of strange, because I was writing this down, trying to figure out how I would conclude this. I feel like my subconscious mind is trying to write me a coded message, one of my present being, that I can decipher when I choose to reflect on those times. It's almost, to me, it's almost like a dream. Bringing elements such as color, such as attire, such as props, then breaking them down to their simplest form of meaning. This is how I think our subconscious mind is trying to communicate with us, or even collaborate with us, trying to help us understand. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me. I've never really shown the process of making a self-portrait or a painting like that. So if you liked it and if you think it resembles me, then please give me a like. If you want to subscribe, that would be cool. And you can always unsubscribe if you don't like what you see. Okay, so see you next time, and we'll have some more art adventures. Bye. Just notice that sometimes you should work on this self-portrait right here, because this is the one that you can control sometimes. I didn't do my hair today. Anyway.